Hello people, welcome to Blu-ray Cinema. Welcome to another video for today. So I talk about Vestron video, the boutique label, the self-destruction, and why it sucks, and why now it has become limited when it should not be limited at all. It should be retail still, and why. Well, first of all, it started in 2016 with a couple titles such as Shopping Mall and Waxwork 1 and Waxwork 2. Right there. Okay. I only have like 8 to 10 titles of this thing. Now I have all 40 of them. And tell why which ones were the best and which ones were the worst. We're Shopping Mall, and the first 2 or 3 that came out were Shopping Mall, Blood Diner, and Waxwork 1 and Waxwork 2. Blood Diner to me is okay. I understand why people like it. I understand why it's a cult film. I get it, but I don't care for it. And then you have ones who, so it's still ongoing, and I'll list off 40. Not, which, and since 2016, they have done Shopping Mall, Blood Diner, Waxwork, and Waxwork 2, Chud 2, Bud the Chud, Return of the Living Dead 3, Lair of the White Worm, Parents, The Gate, the Wishmaster Collection, The Unholy, with the Warlock Collection, Slaughter High, Class of 1999, Gothic, Beyond Rammer, Dagon, Maximum Overdrive, Shivers, No Monsters, The Wraith, Sundown, The Vampire Retreat, Dimension 13, which I've never seen, Steel Dawn, Candyman 3, Dream a Little Dream, Extreme Prejudice, Earth Girls Are Easy, Silent Night, Deadly Night, 3 through 5 Collection, The Dentist Collection, My Best Friend is Vampire, and Blue Steel. Now the limited ones started in 2024, or 25, which have been May, All of Me, Ghoulies 3, which is Ghoulies Go College, Hider in the House, which I have never seen, so if you've seen that, let me know in comments below. Mystery Team, The Substitute, The Stone Age, which I never seen that at all, Ginger Snaps 4K, and The Rival 4K. So, I don't know. So since a lot of people decided to do exclusive and limited the last 2 or 3 years, Lionsgate Limited took over Vestron Video. I don't know why. Here's the good, the real good. Well, let's start off with the worst of them. Is, I would say, Little Monsters is the worst. Steel Dawn is the worst. Dream a Little Dream is the worst. Earth Girls Are Easy, because it's a musical and it's not horror. The Dance Collection. Slaughter High, not good, because I'll explain it in a minute. The Warlock Collection sucks. The Wishmaster Collection kind of sucks, but not right. Chud 2 Bud the Chud is the worst. Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go College, because the Ghoulies talk and speak. And it's not really horror. It's more comedy than horror. And that's it. Some are okay. The best ones they ever done, I would say Shopping Mall, Waxwork 1 and 2, Return of the Living Dead 3, The Gate, Class of 1999, Extreme Prejudice to a point, Shivers, and if you like Ginger Snaps, in The Arrival. Now, why it sucks, because they went from horror to comedy to action to, I don't know, 3 years they went from all horror to horror comedy, like a kids film, which is Little Monsters, which is probably one of the worst Howie Mandel films I've ever seen. Howie Mandel as an actor, it has his track record of movies has not been great. For example, he did, except for Gremlins and Gremlins 2, which he did the voice of Gizmo, doing a film in the 80s such as Blake Edwards' A Fine Mess, which that basically says the movie nutshell as the title. It just not good. It's a raunchy comedy, but it's not good at all. It's a piece of garbage. That was Little Monsters in 1989, a kids film, and it's garbage. It's like you can saw it before Monsters Inc. When Monsters Inc. had the idea. Well, Monsters Inc. is subpar, is light years beyond Little Monsters. Little Monsters is something, but to me that's not a movie. It's basically Howie Mandel and worst makeup I've ever seen on an actor. I mean, there's a few of those, but that I can actually, if it's a kid in a costume or it's a puppet, I can give a lot of leeway for. But Howie Mandel, just try and be underground, underneath under your bed, kind of like place where there's monsters living in the city underground also. It's a great idea, but that's more for animation than live action. Number one. Number two, Fred Savage was really young, which is not his fault. He was doing, I don't know if he was doing Doogie Howser then or what he was doing. He was doing something, but going for TV movies is one thing, and I kind of admire him for that. But Little Monsters would not be my first choice for an actor for him doing that. And The Wizard the same year, which Wizard I can give a little leeway to, even though I don't care for it. But Little Monsters is not a good kids film at all. It's like almost insulting to people who like family movies, to like who like kids films. It's super insulting. And it's so bad. It's so fucking bad that I can't give that film any credit for doing anything, even entertaining. I mean, I'm glad Howie Mandel finally chose comedy, his stand-up, and then ended up doing a game show career, because his career just fucking sucked ass. And I know a lot of you aren't going to agree with me, but then as for Chud 2, that's even just as bad, if not worse. Chud 2, there's no Chud in it. It's like, it's ripping off like stuff like Night of Creeps and stuff like that. And when Night of Creeps is so power, it's way above. When Night of Creeps is up here, way above my head. Chud 2 is lower the totem pole. But Chud 2 is about two guys who try to do a prank or try to get, I don't know what is, but end up breaking into a thing where there's a guy that's in suspended animation, get him out, and basically the guy just bites people and turns them into stuff like him, which are zombies, and it's trying to go funny, which you can go funny and stuff like that, but it just gets lame, stupid, and not the good kind of stupid either, and it's just lousy, and it's not a good time, and it's just awful, and it's just I'm not picking on the actors at all. It's just not Chud. There's nothing. It's not like the original Chud at all, which Chud is very, very good. Slaughter High. That one. You got a movie where it's like people who are supposed to be 18-year-olds, and they're you can tell they're way in their 30s or mid-30s when the movie starts. You don't believe they're 18 or in high school at all. Second of all, when it comes to 20 years of age or whatever, it's not believable. Number one. Number two, I wish it could be. The kills are not that great. And three, you can tell for all three acts are done by different directors, three directors. You can tell the first act, oh okay, you think it's one director. See the mid part, and that gets boring. And then when you see the end, you can tell it's by a different director who basically wanted to up the movie up, where not rush it, but not go as so slow, it's so boring. And you tell it was done in Britain or somewhere, because you can tell the dubbing is not good. Number one. Number two, these actors are in their mid-30s and some can't even act. It's not even believable. So is that. And I wish it was directed by one director instead of three, and plus filmed in Britain too, and you could tell, I mean, at first you can't, but after not 20 minutes into it, you can tell right away that some American actors, but rest of Britain, and it is, or some country in Britain, and it's dubbed really really bad. Earth Goes So Easy. Let's talk about that. Okay, you got a good caster. You got Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, Damon Wayans, and for makeup, and my God, their space aliens meet these two girls by downtown Julie Brown and Gina Davis, which Gina Davis is a good actress and stuff like that, and it's a musical, and it's directed by Julie Brown too also, which I was saying, direct a movie that you wrote and you created stuff, okay, fine, I'm fine with that, but 90 minutes, it's like, it just gets, it's not Jim Carrey's first movie, first of all, because he did one or two movies before that didn't do anything, okay, but this way, we probably like before he did In Living Color, before he did The Mask, before the Ace Ventura, okay, this is when Jeff Goldblum and Gene Davis were stars and all the rest were up and comers, I get it, but it just does not work for me, because this is when they start branch out into comedy and action, and yeah, okay. Dennis Collection, I like Corbin Burnson, just, Dentist on Rampage, I get it, but it just doesn't work for me. And the first one's okay. I call it okay because the second one is just lame. Same stuff you've seen in the first one. Little different scenario, but same stuff. Like Dream Little Dream. That is like a romantic comedy with a twist. And you say, wait a minute, is there any horror? There's not. Because they got the two Corys, Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. They got Jason Robards. It's got, I forget the young female's name and the old one, but it doesn't matter. But it's body switching, young switches the old switches in the younger body by something I don't know, and and it just end up being stupid, lame, and boring. It doesn't go anywhere, and if it does, it's, what's the point? And then Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go College, as I said, the Ghoulies, alright, you see first frame of Ghoulies 3, okay, this was interesting, it's like, guys sit on their toilet, they come out of the toilet, and then when they start killing somebody, they're talking. It's like, first of all, why take something that Charles Band did for first two ones, Ghoulies 1, Ghoulies 2. Second of all, did they get the right? Did they ask Charles Band to take over the series or not? That's the question I like to know. We'll never know. If somebody knows, when no one comes, well, did somebody just go ahead and make a Ghoulies 3 and 4, or did they ask Charles Band if they can use the titles? I like to know that. If anybody knows that piece of information, please let me know comments below. Don't forget to hit that button, and I'll say and I thank you kindly. But you have the Ghoulies talk, like words in English, which you never did in the first or second film at all. I mean, Ghoulies they were creepy, they hid, they got you where they got you, where you couldn't see them. That's the whole point. Talk about, you see them, they talk, they're walking around, they're not hiding where they should be hiding. It's like, it's no fun. And they're in the college. What are they doing there? There's no explanation. Why are they talking? There's no explanation. So I know, and why is the makeup and the costumes horrible and not even great? There's questions to that movie that should be answered, and I know there's no answers because it's illogical, and I get it, but it's not so bad it's good. It's so bad it's not even horror. It turns into a comic mess, and it's not even a mess at that. It's not even that good. I don't know why some people like it. It just is. It's shit. It's pure 100% shit. Okay, explain this to me. Can someone say, why is something like Mystery Team, Ginger Snaps, part of Vestron Collector Series when Ginger Snaps is not Vestron or part of Lionsgate whatsoever? It's not. Never was. Anybody who got the Ginger Snaps Shout Factory 2K Blu-ray or rented DVD or videotape of Ginger Snaps doesn't say Lionsgate or Vestron Video or Live or Artisan. None whatsoever. Mystery Team is not even Vestron Video whatsoever. Maybe part of Lionsgate whatsoever, but not a Vestron series. No, that makes no sense. Like, all the ones I can understand to a point that were part of Lionsgate at one point, but Ginger Snaps was not part of Lionsgate whatsoever. So get that. And so, and I don't know why it started into action films and comedy. I mean, I wish Vestron Collector says, hey, we're going to branch out into comedy, sci-fi, and horror comedy instead of just horror and into action films. But they never said. So it's like horror. I'm looking at my notes here. It went to 18 of them until it went to comedy. Then horror again. With horror until it went to wait. 6 later back into comedy, romantic comedy. Then after that was action. Then comedy, a little sci-fi, but comedy. Then horror, then comedy horror, which is My Best for Vampires, so you can call that horror with tiny bit of comedy, so I understand that one completely. Then just a full cop, like a guy, a guy, that was, like trauma, Blue Steel, which a lot of people like that. I understand why people like it, but Blue Steel starts out well with Jamie Curtis and Rod Silver, and then until like the last half of it, the last half is like totally unrealistic. Totally, it's the same tropes I've seen in other films like that before, so it's not that good. Then when it goes limited, which Lionsgate should not. I wish this wasn't limited line anymore. I wish they would go back to do some of these retail, a Vestron video line or something retail instead of limited. Then goes into horror. Then goes like full comedy, then horror comedy, then horror, then like I would call like comedy thriller / something. Then action, then comedy, then horror, then sci-fi. So I know it's trying all genres with a little bit of horror, something, or sci-fi element. I get it, but when you do stuff that's not that, then just say we're going to do all genres instead of just horror. I mean, I understand why horror fans hate it. I understand why people still like it, because who's going to put Extreme Prejudice? Extreme Prejudice, I can stand. The first 30 minutes of Extreme Prejudice are great. And then it stops to a halt because an actress is put to a stop, and then it picks up again. But if it didn't just stop at halt, I would like it more. I mean, I gotta see that again, but it's a modern, not too modern western, but it's an action western, which a lot of people like, with some kind of little bit of potholes in it, so it's kind of flawed. Where like the last half doesn't make sense, and I get that why people like it, and I get it. But yeah, I mean, I wish Lionsgate Limited. Sorry, my bad. I wish Vestron Video Line would go back to retail and go to places that were, instead of now people want the line now, or any of these things you can't find now on Amazon or whatnot, or anywhere else that you can find them. Well, first of all, nobody wants to pay about almost $8 to $9 shipping for the line now. No, number one. Number two, nobody wants limited, especially because a lot of ones are doing limited and 4K limited. It's like they want retail, and so do I. And I know certain ones I get hearing you say, hey, we can't do certain ones limited, so we're going to do, standard on those, but to 4K, but we're going to do sub ones, not limited. And third, why? Because of the way it's going. Why is it $9 shipping? Doesn't make sense, and they can't keep going like that, or nobody's going to buy this line more. This line's going to go kaput. That's why, collectors like you out there, all you out there, and myself, we got to landscape. Hey, put your collectors, put this collector series right here on, back on retail. Don't do limited. No one's limited. No one's gonna pay $9, about $8 to $9 for shipping. No matter what the movie is, because we're sick of it. And then you gotta go on our sites just to find it. If Amazon don't have it, which they don't. Die About DVD don't have a limit line here, so you gotta go to our places that will have them. And the prices and the shipping is like, $5 or depending on what you get, $5 or between 5 and 8. It's at $8 or $9 at a time. It's ridiculous. I mean, you're paying 30 something like that. That's like $38 for one movie. If it's like $50, you're paying almost 60. It's not good. It's not. I just think the line just. I mean, the line's still kind of good, but why pay for something limited where you're better off, getting cheaper some other site, or say no, thank you. I'll wait till you do a better standard in this stuff down the line instead of paying limited. Doesn't make sense. Now they're doing Vestron video 4K limited. That don't make sense. Even for this line, doesn't make sense. I mean, it does make sense, but do those retail. You want to do Ginger Snaps 4K? Do it retail. And I talked about that. Why limited? If you can do Arrival, which I haven't seen it, the Arrival, which came out a year before Starship Troopers, which a lot of people like Starship Troopers more than the Arrival, which I get. No, and it's 4K. Don't do that one limited. Do that do certain ones retail. You could have done the Substitute retail. You could have done Army retail. You could have done the Arrival retail. You could have done Substitute retail. All those retail, and everybody would have been happy. But why those things, certain things gotta be exclusive when they shouldn't be? When certain people are looking for stuff to say, wait, I never seen this stuff, but I can't afford $8 for shipping. Unless it's something special. And some of these, I'm not saying they're not special, but is it worth $8 shipping for this line? It's not. But yeah, I mean, it went from horror to now it's every genre. I mean, some of these things I have to see over, that's true, or some of these I've never seen, or some of these films are okay. Or some of these you can't find anymore, but some of these are out print. But yeah, Unholy is out print. Unholy now is like worth $700 now. Yeah. And that's out print. Otherwise you can find for $29, $19, $20. The Holy you can't find anymore. Well, ones you probably could find, if you could. Or if they're on DVD, I would get the DVD of this stuff. Or if you're collecting videotapes, I'd get videotapes of these movies, because I don't think you can find this stuff ever again. Review. So, what do you think about Vestron video? Should they go back to retail instead of limited? As I said, let them know in comments below and tell them what you think, and that's it. And and I'll see you on the next video, and bye bye.